Hi everyone, welcome to our virtual victory orientation. My name is Ms. Priore and I am teaching first grade this year. I am so excited to be teaching and I'm so excited to have you guys in my class. I have a couple of things to share with you so that we're all ready for the beginning of the year. So I have a PowerPoint that I will share with you now, just so we can all get on the same page before our first day of school. Okay, here we go. So again, my name is Ms. Priore and I am teaching first grade. Our mission statement from last year is going to be the same this year: to know Christ and make him known through academics, athletics, and the arts. And our Bible verse this year is 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. That is the perfect verse for this year. So we're really going to memorize that and apply that to our lives this year. So just a little bit about me. I was born in Florida, so I've lived here my whole life, but I've only lived in Lakeland for a couple of years. I graduated from Southeastern University in December, and I got my bachelor's in elementary education. I got a minor in psychology and a minor in Bible, and now I'm actually doing my master's in exceptional student education, which is special ed. I love going home and visiting my family. They live in St. Pete, so just about an hour away. I have a sister named Natalie, and I love my parents very much. I have 2 cats, and I love going home to visit them as well. I love coffee. You will see me drinking it every single day, probably a couple times a day. I love plants. I love nature, and you will see that when you see our classroom. It's very nature themed, a lot of plants, and I love learning about nature, being in nature. I love to read, I love to write. So that's just a little bit about me, and I'm very excited for our first day of school so I can learn a little bit about you as well. So a couple of things that we're going to work on through our first grade year. In reading, we're going to work on critical thinking and context clues, comprehension. So I want your children to be able to read and tell me what they read, what kind of story they read, what they learned from the story. So those are things we're going to work on this year. For math, we're going to work more on addition, subtraction, fractions. We're going to learn to tell time and to count money, a little bit about measurements. We're going to do a lot of fact families and number bonds. So very exciting stuff. And if you were here last year, you know Miss Fitz comes in and does some fun math stuff with us. She'll be doing that again this year. We're going to work on phonics a lot. You'll learn about letter sounds, all your vowels I know you learned in kindergarten. We're going to keep working on all of our letter sounds, our vowels, all of that. Same with spelling. You're going to learn how to spell a bunch of new words. You're going to have a spelling test every Friday, and they're not going to be stressful because we're going to work on those words the whole week. No worries there. For science, we're going to learn about God's world, how he created it, the things in it. So we'll learn about plants and animals in the world around us. We'll learn about our own bodies too, actually, which is my favorite part of science. Very cool. And for social studies, we're going to learn about our country and our world, just in general, the whole world. So it's very cool. We're going to learn about other countries and our own. And for Bible, we're going to learn all about God's world, how he created it, and a lot of Bible stories and about the life of Jesus too. Very exciting. And this year, we actually have a new school-wide learning management system. It's called Schoology. And we are going to be using that to kind of collaborate between our online students and our face-to-face students. So everyone will be using it. The online students might be using it a little bit more. It's the connection to the Victory teachers. And we will be using it here as well if you are face-to-face. So we're going to go over everything about this. Parents, teachers, students, we're all learning how to use it. And so you will get training videos. There will be more communication coming to you soon about Schoology. But there's no stress. We're all going to figure it out together, and we will get this up and running for everybody within the first couple of weeks of school. So for homework, every night I would love your kids to read 20 minutes. If they want to read more, if you can read more with them, that would be perfect. But every night they should be reading about 20 minutes. And there is a place in the agenda to sign what you read and how much you read, so that I know in the morning how much you read the night before. This is a daily parent and teacher communication. So If you have anything to say in that agenda spot for the date, go ahead and write me a note there. I'll write you a note there. It's just a way for us to keep in touch, as well as let me know how much you're reading, what kind of books you're reading, all of that. And daily, you will also be practicing spelling. So there's a speller's choice menu, and you're going to find it in the clear view sheet protector in your child's agenda in their binder. And every night you have a different choice how you would like to practice the spelling words with your student. And if there's any additional practice needed, if there's another math worksheet or phonics or something else we're sending home, you will know about that as well, but it'll be due Friday. So reading is every night, and then the rest of the homework will be due on Friday. And we'll make sure to communicate that if there's ever a time extra homework's coming home or something needs to be redone or finished at home, we'll let you know. For lunch, you can order lunch. It's $4 per lunch, and you need to turn in the order sheet and the payment by Wednesday, 3 p.m. in the school office prior to the week you would like to order. So when you turn it in on Wednesday, it'll be for the following week. You can purchase lunch for the entire month or just 1 week at a time. And if your child does not come with a lunch, they've forgotten the lunchbox at home, didn't order lunch, we can give them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, some snacks. This year, lunches cannot be dropped off. No restaurant food or no late lunches being brought just due to our safety procedures this year, but they won't go without lunch. We'll have something for them. And please practice opening containers with your children before you come to school. So things that they eat every day, like a pudding or chips, just so that there's less hands touching everything this year. If you can teach them how to open it to the best of their ability, that'd be awesome. Right now there are no lunch visitors, but we will let you know as soon as we can relax that so that you can come eat lunch with your child if you would like to. So we'll keep in touch about that. So speaking of food, some snack notes. We will have snack every day. It'll be in the afternoon, so please send a snack with your child. You can keep it in their lunchbox. Just make sure it's separate from their lunch or they know to save it. And if you could please just send some healthy snacks, no candy, nothing that's going to make them super hyper for the rest of the afternoon. So something like goldfish, pretzels, carrot sticks, fruit, all that stuff would be perfect. And not something super messy because we'll be eating it in the classroom. So, and water. If you could please send a water bottle with your child every day, just so we're not using the water fountains right now. I want them to be hydrated, especially after PE, you know. I know they're going to want to come back and have a water. So if you could please send a reusable water bottle every day, that would be awesome. Next is our uniform policy. If you're returning, you're familiar with this, but I'll just go over it again. The polos will come from Reese Brothers, and the bottoms have to be a uniform type. You can get them wherever you like, but they have to be the uniform pants. And they have to wear uniform every day. The polo shirts, khaki bottoms, black bottoms, and the girls can wear skirts. And our VCA Spirit shirts can be worn on Friday. That's any chapel shirt from previous years, any special victory shirts. And you will get a chapel shirt that they can wear on chapel days a little bit later in the year. So we'll talk about that as the year goes on. And if there's ever a uniform problem with child's not coming in dress code, we'll just leave a little note in the agenda to remind you of our policy. Sometimes we have opt-out days where students can wear jeans and a victory shirt, and that's kind of for special occasions. And some days we'll have a full opt-out where they just don't have to wear any uniform. And sometimes it's a fundraiser, so it'll cost $1 or $2. And some days it's just for a special occasion, like a holiday or something, and that will be free. And please practice tying shoes and fastening belts and buttons with your children. Again, just for our safety procedures. I know first graders are still learning to tie their shoes, so if you could practice that as much as possible at home before they come to school, that would be great. So safety is my #1 priority. I want your kids to be super safe on their way to and from school. So our dismissal is at 2:40, and please let me know how your children will be going home. Especially the first day of school might be different from the rest of the year, so please let me know how they're going home on that first day and then for the rest of the year as well. So if you have any questions about anything that I've said, if you need clarification or you need me to elaborate on anything, please reach out. You can email me right now at apriore@victorylakeland.org. It's here on the screen. You can always call the front office. My extension is 361. And soon you will be able to contact me through Schoology when we have that up and running and programmed for the year. So no worries there. We'll get that up soon for you guys. But as of now, you can email or call. I am so excited for this year. I think it's going to be a great year, even though things are a little bit different than we had planned. I'm expecting God to do fantastic things this year for all of us, for the parents, teachers, and the students. I trust Him completely for our health and our safety and for everything with this upcoming year. So I am so excited to have you all first graders in my room. I can't wait for you to see our classroom. I can't wait to meet you and learn all about you. I hope you have a great rest of your summer, the last couple of days, and I will see you all on our first day of school. Bye, guys.